Hey, how's it going, guys? Benny Childs, founder of the Teach Me to Fish FX trading community, and I'm back with another weekly supply and demand Forex forecast and market analysis. All right, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it, guys. All right, we're going to start out with the Dixie here on the 4-hour chart. You can see here I have a red flag for Dixie, so the institutional bias, short-term institutional bias for this pair for this week is going to be short. Let's take a look at the most recent price action. We see here that it has been on an uptrend here. All right, we recently tapped into this institutional distribution here. Tapped into it, came out, tapped into it again without breaking this high here. We came close to breaking these lows, but we have not quite yet. It looks like this has been a pullback. This may be a lower high here. We do have this doji candle in the middle right here, with two candles lower than it, and then this last set of 4-hour candles are lower. So this may be the defined lower high for that. So I can definitely see this pair heading lower. What I would want to see is possibly this unmitigated 4-hour zone be tapped into, preferably at the equilibrium here. All right. And see if we can get a confirmation signal there, and shoot for a 4-to-1. I would probably aim for this small imbalance that is right here. Just go ahead and put this as imbalance. All right, I will aim for this imbalance to be filled here, and that put us at a 4.32 risk reward, a little more than the 4-to-1 that we're typically aiming for. But if this pair is bearish for the week, we can possibly see this come down and remove these 4-hour demand zones. Now this is a institutional accumulation zone that these are sitting in, so we could possibly come down to the equilibrium here, filling in some of these imbalances here on the 4-hour chart. Let's say, for instance, there is imbalance there, as well as we've got imbalance here right above the equilibrium, and just below the equilibrium we have a couple of imbalance zones that could get filled depending on the volume that comes in this week. I really haven't checked the news yet, so definitely look for high impact news to come in and put some volume into the US dollar index. I mean, here we also have liquidity here. These relatively equal lows. Let's grab the array tool and come here. Liquidity low light. Let's go. Oop, I'm sorry. All right, so this liquidity could be taken out as well as this imbalance. So that's kind of helping my decision on looking to take this trade down lower. Okay, or you guys could. Aussie USD, fantastic trading last week, but the short-term institutional bias this week for Aussie USD again is long. I will want to see this pair come down and fill in some orders for the demand zones. I will be looking for this pair to come here. If we throw a Fibonacci on here, if this is the newly defined high, we won't be able to tell until the market actually opens, but this is sitting right above the 78.6, so we may come down and get triggered here, and get that push up. But again, we do have unmitigated 4-hour zone down here that we have to kind of look out for. But I like this setup right here. Now it could come just to this demand zone and fill orders here and continue to push up, possibly removing some of these 4-hour supply zones before we get a retracement. But we've had a break of this high. All right, we had a break of market structure, so I am looking for a retracement to take place. And again, I'm hoping that it will come down into this demand area here, this unmitigated 4-hour demand area here. So short term, institutional bias for Aussie USD is long, so be looking to take this one long. Pound USD, short-term institutional bias is consolidation. Why did I pick this one? I think there's a 4-hour zone sitting inside of this institutional accumulation here, that we may see the market push down into and maybe range a bit. I wonder, let's see. Yeah, so we do definitely have a couple of unmitigated 4-hour zones here that we could see this market open up and come down to fill orders before heading up. I would love to see a further retracement down into this institutional accumulation to take my 4-to-1 up here, but we'll see how the market opens and how it acts. We've currently been on a downtrend for this pair. This high was taken out, so this is a pretty strong low right here that caused this high to be taken out. So again, we may just get a retracement back and the market creating a new 4-hour zone that we can then wait for another retracement to take off of. But I think that this pair will definitely be going up. I think we're going to get some bullish momentum on this and then possibly see it consolidating throughout the week. Okay. Yeah, these consolidating pairs, you just kind of really got to wait to see what the market gives us. All right, let's go ahead and move along to the USDCAD. Short-term institutional bias is bearish. We can see where this low here has been taken out. Here, let's highlight it. We can see where this low right here has been taken out. So we could probably expect a retracement. We can see where this came down into this 4-hour demand right here. All right. Orders were filled off of that, also leaving behind engineered liquidity. So I am expecting this to take out liquidity, head down, take out liquidity, and give us a pullback. Let's see. Really not enough information to determine if this is a defined low or not. But in case, let's throw a fib on it just to see where our discount areas could possibly be. All right, got 61.8. It does have a supply zone that has already been mitigated here. 78.6 is sitting in between imbalance that could come and be filled. Imbalance that could possibly come and be filled. So we just again gonna have to wait to see which one of these zones the market is going to react off of. Now again, this zone, there is a zone here. It is a pretty large zone, but if we draw it out, we'll see that it's already been mitigated. And you guys know I really like to wait for the market to come to unmitigated supply and demand zones, just because of a higher probability of the trade going in our favor. Okay, and that's of course if you're trading this particular supply and demand strategy that I'm sharing with you guys. Okay, so probably more than likely looking for this imbalance to be filled here. We may even get retracement up into this area here before heading down. So market open up, I'm thinking just kind of waiting to see exactly, because we definitely going to need a pullback. And again, I think that this liquidity may be taken out, and we may actually come down to possibly this 4-hour zone, bounce up, and then drop. But for me, it's not enough information to actually put a possible trade on the chart, so we'll wait and hold off on that. All right, EURUSD short-term institutional bias is consolidation. All right, let's take a look at the most recent price action. We have been on a downtrend. This high right here has been taken out here, so this is a pretty strong low that was formed. So it is very possible that we can get another push up into this institutional distribution, and maybe play off of one of these 4-hour supplies. I would probably be more than likely be aiming for this one, just because it is just to the outside of the equilibrium for this institutional distribution. Okay, and maybe aim for a 4-to-1 here. Let's do this. All right, maybe aim for a 4-to-1 here and just take it from up here. Okay, USDJPY short-term institutional bias is consolidation. Most recent price action has us up on has us in an uptrend. So this high was created and taken out. All right, so that lets us know that this is a pretty strong low right there. So maybe we'll get a pushback here. Yes, we have exhaustion, but maybe we possibly may get a pullback here to continue this up before we get to any of these unmitigated 4-hour supply zones. So initially, market opens up, I would say possibly look for a trade like this off of EURUSD until we actually get some demands being taken out. Okay, it's 4-to-1. Yeah, we won't worry about that. We'll just set it to a 4-to-1 there. Okay, I don't want the video to be too long. Okay. All right, USD Swiss short-term institutional bias is short here. This demand zone right here has been taken out. All right, we did get an initial reaction off of it. When the market came in, it kind of gave us a small push up, but then eventually it was taken out. So that's why this is not there on the chart. And so for this pair, we may get a reaction off of this 4-hour zone here and push up. We do have imbalance that could get filled here. This could act as a magnet for us for price to come up and maybe take a trade off of this unmitigated 4-hour zone here. So I'm going to be looking for this. This would be the preferred trade starting out. And really don't have imbalance or anything like that. All right, so maybe shoot for this 4-to-1 starting out. Okay. USD Mexican peso, short-term institutional bias is consolidation. However, we have been on a downtrend here. Lows have been taken out. Previous demand has been taken out. Not mitigated demand. All right, so but that's another reason why I like to look for unmitigated, guys, because you can see here, just to enlighten you guys a little bit. You can see right here, this wick right here came in and mitigated that demand zone, right? That this wick right here came in and mitigated that demand zone. And look what happened when price came back. All right, price came back, open here, closed down here, open here, pushed out a little bit, gave us a pretty decent reaction, possibly on the smaller time frames like the 15-minute, 5-minute. Let's see how many pips is that off of that wick. It's USD Mexican peso, and it moves pretty good. Over 1,000 pips on that wick. So, but anyway, the point I was making is demand has been taken out, so we're currently on a downtrend. This is unmitigated. There's no imbalance there. All right, these are unmitigated. We have small amounts of imbalance here that could act as a magnet for the market to come up and fill, as well as here. Okay, so low hasn't been made yet. I would think that this liquidity here would be grabbed. Okay, and maybe see that be grabbed, come down, tap into this has been mitigated. I don't know. No, it has not been mitigated. So could see it come down, take out this liquidity here, tap into this institutional accumulation zone here, tapping into this 4-hour demand, and then see this market push back up and maybe continue the downtrend or find its consolidating range. So we just want to kind of wait and see what the market gives us. If it gets back into any of these areas, look for some confirmation signals to take this short, as well as once we get into these demand areas. Okay, NZDUSD short-term institutional bias for this pair is long. We have been on an uptrend. We have unmitigated demand right here, as well as I'm going to go ahead and mark this as unmitigated demand as well. Okay, so I would like to see this market. See, this high was taken out. So yeah, I would like to see this market pull back. Let's see what type of discounts do we have. If that is a defined high. 78.6. So this pair on the 4 hour, the 78.6 is sitting inside of mitigated 4 hour demand. But the 61.8 is sitting in the middle of this long wick, which will show us, if we drop down to like the 1 hour, let's see if we can find anything that has not been mitigated yet. Yeah, let's see. All right, so we do have a 15-minute demand right here. Which one do I want to use? Let me use the parallel channel. We have 15-minute demand, and I'm just going to use this as a refined zone. We have 15-minute demand right here sitting right above the 78.6 that we may see this pair go down to. All right, may see it push down. Maybe we can see it push down to there. All right, and maybe take a trade off of this 15-minute refine. Okay, let's see. Put that just out here. And 4 to 1. Okay. Maybe see that take place. Okay. Again, like I said, this high has been taken out. Okay. All right. By this low. So it's pretty strong low. So maybe we'll get a retracement that back and a push up into some unmitigated supply before we think about taking this short. Okay. All right. Bitcoin. Short-term institutional bias we have is consolidation here. We do have some 4-hour unmitigated supply and demand. This pair is currently, I would say this pair is currently still on a downtrend. Okay, this low was made, but this low did not take out this high right here as of yet. So I would look at this still as a downtrend. So maybe we can look to initially take Bitcoin off of this 4-hour supply right here. Look for our 4 to 1. If price doesn't come back to fill this gap at the market open, or to test this 4-hour demand, I will aim for this gap right here, this imbalance. Aim for that to be filled. So maybe look to take Bitcoin short from there. Okay. And vice versa, if it comes down and maybe we can take a trade off of one of these 4-hour demands and maybe get a 4 to 1 before it starts to consolidate. Okay. Let's see. Gold. All right. Short-term institutional bias for gold is consolidation. We are currently on a downtrend now. Why are we on a downtrend? Because we've had demand created and been taken out. All right. Demand created and been taken out. Also demand over here that's been created and been taken out. So I would say as of right now, it is on a downtrend. Could possibly see it come back up into here where there is imbalance. Okay. We have a little imbalance here as well. And gold is just one of those pairs that will just trade off of any supply or demand zones. So initially, again, I'll be looking to take this pair short. We are sitting at 4-hour demand right here. We may get a reaction to push us up, and then we can look for these supply zones to possibly take a sell off of. But again, this pair is going to be consolidating, and sometimes with these consolidating pairs, they will trend first and then start to consolidate. They may trend for the entire week, high or low, and then start consolidating the following week. It's just the name of the game. These are just biases, but of course we have to play exactly what the market is showing us, the story that is showing us. So I'll be looking, like I say, we're on a downtrend. This is not that strong of a 4-hour zone. So maybe we may get a small reaction, and we may get this pair just to simply trade from here. All right. But what I think I'm going to do is probably look for the market to possibly come up into here. See, we have that imbalance right there, though. Yeah, I can't say on gold just yet where I would be looking to take trades from. I don't have enough information on that. So, but short-term institutional bias is consolidation. We have already tapped into this institutional accumulation. We do have institutional distribution up here, so we may see a range in between those two. All right, but again, for this pair, just because there's not enough information for me, I wouldn't be able to make to share an area of interest that I would be comfortable looking to take a trade from. So, but we'll just keep a lookout on gold. All right, and just keep in mind that it is currently on a downtrend. Okay. All right, same thing with silver. Short-term institutional bias is consolidation. Excuse me. This pair is showing that it is on a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs being formed, as well as demand being taken out. We don't have imbalance up here. We really don't have imbalance here. So we may see this pair come down into this 4-hour unmitigated and push up into one of the supplies or the institutional distribution before seeing it consolidate. But again, guys, these are just biases, right? And the consolidating biases, what I am seeing is that they may or may not trend first and then consolidate later. So just be on the look for that. Just be on the lookout for your unmitigated 4-hour zones. Look for your trade or your confirmation signals and trade accordingly. Okay. All right, U.S. oil. Short-term institutional bias is short. We are sitting at this 4-hour supply. However, it has been mitigated last week, so that's why I don't have that one on there. This one, I think I just forgot to actually put these, but this is unmitigated supply. This is unmitigated supply as well. We also have imbalance here. that the market may come and fill for us. All right, the market may come and fill for us, but we're looking to take this pair short. Looking to take this pair short. There's actually a mitigated 4 hour right here as well. This is a defined low, so we can definitely throw a fib onto this, and I'm gonna take the whole move there. All right, 78.6 is here. So yeah, I do see good enough reason for this pair to come back and possibly trade here. Okay, and that's looking for our initially 4-to-1. Bam, right there. So looking to take US oil from there, but we do have liquidity like sitting here. We do have 4 hour demand as well as institutional accumulation here that the market could be drawn to. But again, we just got to play it by ear. But I am looking forward to take this short. Then mark out this imbalance for you guys. Imbalance there. All right. So yeah, I'll be looking to take this short, and I really like our opportunity to get this up around the 78.6 and possibly take a trade off of this mitigated 4 hour supply. All right. Last but certainly not least, my bait, the SPX 500. Short term institutional bias is consolidation. I think I had this consolidating last week, but it trended up, so it really gave us a nice retracement here, taking out the past 2 weeks of bearish movement. So we may see a pullback, and maybe this pair just kind of consolidating in between these institutional distribution and accumulation zones respectively, and then continue. I would love, especially for my long-term portfolio, for this pair to go ahead, find its bottom, continue up, give us our new high for the year, and just continue to go up, so all of our portfolios can start back, making us, our long-term portfolios can start back making us profit. So we are sitting in 4 hour demand as well as institutional distribution. All right, so market may open up and drop down on us. It may come back up and play off one of these supplies and just again consolidate. But we are currently, let's see, this high has been taken out, this demand has been created and respected. All right, orders filled here. This demand really hasn't been tested. This demand really hasn't been tested. So again, for my long-term portfolio, I definitely want my short-term bias, institutional bias, to be wrong on this one. I want this just to skyrocket up. I want this just to skyrocket up. Again, so our portfolios can again do well. But again, we will day trade this accordingly, right? So what would I be looking for? Initially, it's simply this. I would love, since we're sitting right here, I would love just to see this pair just go ahead and give us some bearish movement. Give us an hour 4-to-1. All right, give us our 4-to-1. That would be great, down into institutional accumulation, and just push up for the well-being of all of our long-term portfolios. All right, guys, that is going to be my weekly supply and demand Forex forecast and technical analysis. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop them down in the comments below. If you're not a subscriber, do me the favor and subscribe. Like or dislike this video. Let me know why you liked or disliked the video, and let's have a conversation about it. All right, guys, as always, until next time, always remember, if you stay in God, you will stay in control. Happy pip fishing, and always, always wait for confirmation. All right, guys, talk to you later. Bye-bye.